Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited. Gosh, thank you everybody for all the success that we're having with the new version of the Frostagon build. Everybody's been loving it. Thank you so much for checking out that video and liking and subscribing and doing all the stuff and everything and leaving a comment. The comments are the best. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We're just so good. So many people are trying it. So many people are liking it. I really like that formula that we came up with. So that formula of using our new scribing abilities can be applied to every single class. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to be coming out with about one a week, applying that new format to all of our classes because it really has, oh my gosh, it's the ultimate of what I like playing because I am very much a DoT person. In there, I said this in the other video. I like loading up the dots and and just walking away and watching things die, and doing a lot of AOE and really being a mob destroyer, kind of thing. It's a lot of fun while still doing a lot of good single target DPS in there, and still be stout to be able to go into the Infinite Archive, to be able to go and do Maelstrom Arenas, to do trials and have some survivability. So it's got a little bit of everything that you need, and it's all encased in a 1-bar build, and it's fantastic. So we've done the Frostagon one. Now we're doing Fierygon, which, okay, so Frostagon has all the DPS, all the dots, and all the frost stuff. And with frost, you're kind of doing a little bit of crowd control. The enemies kind of freeze. So you have a little bit more time to do damage and, move around and stuff. And like when you do a heavy attack, you're getting a shield on yourself. Think of Fierygon as more towards the DPS side of it. So it's a little stronger DPS, a little stronger damage-wise, because if you don't know, a Dragonknight really excels at dots. If you're thinking of anything, well, like even for myself, I mean, you can see I've got my wonderful Godslayer thing that I like to do. Anytime I do really hard, really like maybe trifecta trial content in there, I usually ask if they need a Zen DK. What a Zen DK is that if between this set called Zens and an Alkosh, basically you're setting up a lot of dots and a lot of synergizing to make your entire group a lot better and do a lot more DPS in there. And it's through keeping up of at maximum 5 different dots. So the DK really specializes in that. And that was the job I was assigned when I got my Godslayer, doing, the VSS, trifecta there and stuff. And so, I've kind of really embraced that role anytime I do anything like that. So anytime I see a chance of doing a lot of dot stuff, I kind of take advantage of it. And the DK does it the best. All right. So let's start off here. We're going to just kind of go through everything. Let's go through things in order. So first off, we're looking at the gear. Okay. So the gear that we are looking at here, again, 1-bar build, still using our Slimecraw and our Oakensoul, that combo, because we get a lot of our, buffs and everything like that with it. Okay, the Slimecraw in medium. The 2 sets that we are using is that we're going to use Pillar of Nirn. All right, the Pillar of Nirn set is really good. The 5-item thing is that when you do damage, you create a fissure underneath the enemy for 1 second, dealing blood damage to all enemies within 2.5 meters, causing them to bleed additional 12k bleed damage over 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds and scales off of the higher of spell damage. So there's a nice big dot, at the center of everything. And that's going to happen automatically, so you don't have to worry about doing it. The other thing that has got like a facelift a couple of updates ago was Runecarver. And so Runecarver is your damage over time effects deal an additional flame damage every third damage tick. So for each one of our, skills that we're doing, we're going to get, some extra damage going out. And it's based off of our spell damage. So even in a 1-bar build, we're going to have a lot of dots going off. And within each one of those dots, you're going to have extra flame damage that comes out with that. So those are my 2 sets. Weapon is in Precise with a weapon damage enchant. Bloodthirsty and the spell damage, the multi-effect there on the rings. Divines for all the stuff. Boom, and there you go. All right. Let's see. Next thing that we gotta look at is let's look at our skills. All right, so this is probably the biggest thing that you're curious. This might look familiar. All right. We're bringing in instead of our chilling explosion, we're doing a fiery explosion. So when I did my crafting of my scribing, all right, instead of going with the frost damage, I went with the fire damage. So now what I'm getting is that I'm dealing, instead of, frost damage up front, I'm doing flame damage. So flame and dots, DK, go hand in hand. Then I went with my lingering torment, which gives me my dot, a very long dot, again, of 20 seconds. 20-second dot that you can lay this down and just start going to work on things and let things come into your 10-meter area. In there. And then we also have it set to off balance. Our CP is actually going to be exactly the same as what we did before with Frostagon. So it's going to be the same for all of our builds. The CP will not change. It's going to be the same thing. All right. So there, you've got your first that skill, which I don't know if it's going to show off as much because I'm inside and stuff. Let me see. It's just a beautiful looking. Yeah, I mean, gosh, it looks like the whole house is on fire. So very, very good looking skill in there. What's wrong, bud? All right, then we're bringing back, of course, our Magical Soul, which does great for us. It gives us magic damage. It gives us magic damage over time. And then our big thing gives us our Major Breach for 10 seconds. Again, exact same skill that we had on Frostagon. We dot everything up with that and then go to town. Our Eruption is going to be our AoE. So basically, and actually, let me skip these 2, which are the class skills. So Explosion, same thing as Frostagon, but we're doing it with fire. This is exactly the same, Soul Magic. Then if we go over to here to our end, our Flare is still there, exactly the same, giving us our Major Protection. Again, so we're giving up a little bit, maybe instead of having another dot or another skill on there to do damage, that, man, we're just going to take 10% less damage. And that's just so nice. It really is. So what that leaves us is the 3 spots for the class skills. And that's how it's going to be on all of these new Gold Road builds that we're doing. So for this one, our AoE is going to be Eruption. All right, so Cloud of Ash at the target. Location for 18 seconds, dealing flame damage immediately, reducing enemy movement speed, and then dealing flame damage over the area. All right, so we love that. And then one of the best heals in the game, Coagulating Blood, is going to give us a really good heal, give us Major Fortitude, increasing your health recovery for 20 seconds. That's really good. And then, oh my gosh, such a great, one of the best ultis in the game, I think. Battle Standard. Calling out a Battle Standard, flame damage every 1 second for 20 seconds. Enemies applying a Major Defile on them, reducing their healing received and damage shield strength by 12%. Standing in the air increases your damage done and reduces the damage taken. So, you just stand in there, pump out a lot of damage. I was doing this in IA, and I was just like, let's just see how much damage I can take. Let's see if he can kill me. And he couldn't kill me before I could, dot him down. So we had a lot of fun with that on stream. An ally near you can activate the standard with the synergy and doing that. So, yeah, so a great, great one to have in there. So that's what we're looking at. Like I said, we've got our standard 3 that we were using from our other set, and then our unique ones where we want an AoE, we want to heal, and we want a good choice of ulti. Now, if you don't like that ulti, you want something at range, you could definitely, throw in either the Mage's Guild if you wanted to do something with the Meteor, or if you wanted to do something with the Destruction Staff, you could go with the Elemental one as well. So you've got definitely options if you want to go with that. Now, here are some really cool things. Because we're using a Fire Staff with this, we also get bonuses, not only that the heavy attack does a dot, so when you do a heavy attack, you're going to do a dot right just from your staff, but a Fire Staff, Inferno Staff, increases your damage done with damage over time and status effects by 12%. All right, so again, we've just upped it. I think between... Oh, what did we figure out? It was something with the 12% onto there. Gosh. Now I'm trying to do the extra math that I had in there. Upping our damage here with 15%, when you've got that going. So you're doing an extra 27% damage, when you're doing your ulti. I mean, you're doing some good stuff, So things just melt. It was a lot of fun playing this guy. So again, where I said, like the Frostagon, love it. It's my main jam because it gives you you're a little bit more stout because you've got a shield and everything. This thing is all about, let's just see how fast we can burn like a bunch of mobs down and even a boss down, like in our IAs and our stuff. And all of these that I tested, my world boss testing is always that Gwar in the eastern part of Deshaun, and then in Rivenspire, that gargoyle that's really hard to solo, so like that. And I was able to take care of both of those with this guy, and actually with all of my builds. And so, that's my true test, because you can be kind of there's a way of making these so they're more glass cannony and stuff, but I want to be able to survive. So the survivability is a true test on those two world bosses. I found. So that's what I use. So again, a parse is not going to be the true test of how you judge any of these builds that we're doing for Gold Road. It's all about survivability, being able to burn things down. Might take a little bit longer than what you would do, in a parse and stuff, but you're doing it kind of secondhand because it's all dot, damage. You just lay down all the stuff like that and let the thing just burn. So again, so a lot of fun. So, all right. So, and then I said, of course, we are doing our CP. CP is going to be exactly the same. Green, whatever you want to put it into. Our blue is going to be Wrathful Strikes, Fighting Finesse, Weapons Expert, and Exploiter. That Exploiter is going to give us another... Oh, that was the other thing. Because we're doing the off balance, we're throwing on another 10% damage. That was my math thing I couldn't remember earlier. So that's what? Because it was 27%, 37% more damage. So you throw down your standard, you've got your fire stuff, so like that, and then... Oh, I'm getting so excited. Like that. And then you just start going to town, with the fiery explosion. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And then the red, we're doing the Boundless Vitality, the Fortified, Siphoning Spells, and Celerity, just to give us a little bit of movement so we can get around and stuff. So all the passive stuffs like you usually do in there, all of that for any of the skills that you're doing, all of the passive stuff, and everything. I'll have that all listed below. Let me see. Food is going to be the same. Actually, food's going to be the same for everything. That we're doing. Our food is going to be our sugar skulls. If you can't afford the sugar skulls, go with the Witchmothers. That's a really good there. Our tri-stat potions are going to be our potions. Everything in the Magicka. Our spell crit is going to be fine. Our boon is going to be the Mundas is going to be the thief. Let me see. Is there anything else? Again, you don't have to be a Khajiit, but I'm a little bit partial to it. You probably could get maybe a little bit more damage because you got some damage with the Dark Elf, stuff. You could do that as well if you want to fool around with that. You could do that, but yeah, just a really great. Overall build. Let's see. Let's take it outside for a little bit. so I can show you, you know, what's going on. Again, we're not going to do a parse to show you any kind of parse numbers because that's not what it's for. Yeah, so you just kind of go right into it right from the beginning. You let me do over here so you don't see all the you know, the javelin, the lights, and everything like that. So you just go from here. Boom, boom, dot, dot, a dot for here as well. Boom, and you're just going. And it's just got, you just see all these dots just ticking, 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 ticking away. Light it back up. Boom, dots ticking, 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 ticking. Reapply. Ticking, ticking, ticking away. There you go. Oh my gosh, so great looking. Yeah, just let it go, and things are just burning. And then when you're all kind of all set, where you want to do the standard, get a little bit closer in there. It's going to give you your protection. Boom. Hit that, that, and then just go to town. And they're just, you know, blazing. They're just melting. You know, you keep that heavy attack up. Boom, 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 boom. Reapply your dots when they come up. And you're just going to melt things like crazy. Great sound effect to it as well. Yeah. And again, you're doing all that damage to everything in the area. Everything in the area is getting that damage. So again, it is a mob killer. You know, I was having a lot of fun going through some trials and stuff with it. We're just laying down all that stuff and just seeing everything get thrown off balance and everything getting, you know, dots in there. And it really does help your group. So yeah, so a lot of fun with that. Let me see. This video goes a lot quicker because you have the other one, you know, in there and stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions about the build or anything like that, or just want to leave me a comment down below. And also, can we give a little applause again to Ryan is Iffy, made another incredible thumbnail for us. In that, I'm going to make sure that I have his information linked down below. In there, make sure to check out his builds. He's been making builds as well. We've been having the best time. We've been showing each other our preview of our builds, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool." It's like, "Oh my gosh, you got that to work." It's like, "Oh yeah," and everything. So it's been so much fun. You know, scribing has really invigorated us with finding all these new and different builds, you know, that we can do and stuff. And it's just so much fun. We're having a great time with it. So enjoy the new builds. If you have any questions about anything, please leave it down below. Make sure that you're subscribed, ding the bell, do all the things that you need to do. And yeah, make sure to comment because that really helps the algorithm. And we're doing so good on YouTube. We're actually making a couple of bucks here or there. So thank you everybody so much for all your support. And yeah, my goal is to try to get a new class every week. So we're going to do all 7 classes. So we'll do 7 weeks of this. And get so that we've got everybody all set up for Gold Road, and so you can have a lot of fun with it. And like I said, it's going to be funny when I get into the ones that I don't play a whole lot, and like the Necromancer and the Templar and the Nightblade and stuff, because they do work with this new setup, and I'm like so excited about it to show you how it all kind of works together. Especially the Nightblade, because I went kind of a different way with it, but it works. It's a lot of fun. So thank you everybody for everything, and yeah, I'll see you next week in the next video. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.